part 2 of Morvana, our city skyline snow build. This is the apartment complex we built last time. I named it Cedarvale. AC here stands for apartment complex. Oh, crime seems to be a problem. But today we're going to be focusing on this sort of rectangle here with this express train station. It's already got a bit of a grid layout and it's already got some trams. I'm hoping to introduce maybe some buses for the first time in the city today. So yeah, let's get started. Firstly, I'm going to address the crime problem. There appears, is it a lack of coverage or is it just poor budget? Oh, I remember, I deleted the police station. Silly me. Where can we place the police station? What is this? It's a diner. Sure, nice important building right there. So, working in this rectangle, we have this express train station. This serves the central station down here. It's also served by trams, so you can get further into the city, down, or not into the city, but into sort of the suburbs, which is Woodward, taking the tram. So we currently have this grid, which I'm going to complete. So this is a pretty generic, boring, plain City Skylines grid. I know for a lot of City Skylines players, when they first start, especially me, you struggle to break out of the grid. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Maybe create some patterns like I did here in Woodward, so you know, with some curves and some pathways through areas. So how should we go about this? You know what? Let's delete this little square. Take our generic road, not freeform. Let's turn our grid off. Let's take the curve road tool. Let's use this road guideline. Let's do that. That's way too sharp for a curve. Sure. Right, and then connect that in straight. Now what we can do is we can bring this forward and use the curved road tool here. Actually bring this back a little. If we bring this up and then over and connect in. There we go. And already this is starting to look completely different. We could also have another road. Actually no. We'll probably just have a pedestrian connection through there. And really, that's really it. That's all really we need for this area. So now I'm probably going to start thinking about the services, the amenities. We already have a university here. We don't have a high school though, or a school near here for that matter. So that's probably what we're going to add. Right, so let's look at our services. So what is medical coverage here like? It's alright, but I think on this corner we'll probably, in fact on this corner, just to make it look a little better, we'll add a small clinic. Death care shouldn't be a problem. Oh, it is. That's interesting. I mean, that kind of makes sense because we only have one cemetery down here. Fires also seem to be a problem. No, fire coverage is fine, just takes them a little while to get there. Oh well. Right, so we've got a medical clinic there. Water pipes. Let's add those underneath the roads where they belong. I'm also probably going to fill in this rectangle here. Now that I think about it, it would be foolish just to leave this area developed and then just leave this bare full of snow. So that's probably what we're going to do. So police coverage should be fine here. Yep, fire coverage. Now fire coverage isn't. So let's add a fire department there. No, that actually doesn't. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Though I don't really want to put it on the main drag. Sure, there we go. That actually looks quite nice with the corner facing inwards. So I'm going to want this to be the centerpiece of our new neighborhood. I'm not sure what design we're going to go for here yet, but it's definitely going to be a park. Knowing that this is a 15 by how long is this actually? So we have 12 units to work with. Knowing that I have how much space do I have to work with here? Now I have this much space to work with is quite nice to know. So I think we could go for maybe a park asset here. Yeah, and then we can place some trees around it to decorate it. We do have some residential demands, and that's what this is mostly going to be, and this is most likely going to be high density. Although, we might mix in a little low density around here. Commercial, I'll try using a little bit of high density here, maybe a little here. In fact, this would actually be a really nice place to use the modern city center, although it's not exactly the city center. But anyways, you know what, we'll leave it as it is, just place some high density down, see what spawns in. As for the rest of the area, this sort of space behind the university, I should probably delete this power line. It's probably redundant by now. Yeah, it's redundant. This sort of area behind the university is definitely going to be residential. This would probably be something like student housing, is my guess. So let's just zone in some houses there. Let's zone in some more residential here, although this is quite close to rail line. I don't think it should produce. Does it? How much noise does it produce? Here's noise. Barely any. It's the train stations which produce noise mostly. I don't want you. I don't mind you. So already we've got some houses building in. So let's place those in here. They need water, of course. Why do I keep forgetting? There we go. Yeah, that should be all the water they need. Yeah, I also put some new trams on the line. I think they look a lot better. And a lot more people are using them, apparently. That's nice to know. Also, another thing that I figured out was it's a much further distance to take a left and then a right and then another left. So I'm probably going to convert this back down to, or at least this side back down to a normal road. And then I'm going to convert that road going upwards, so this one, into a tram road. So this is really the shorter distance. There we go. Okay, that functions nicely. So how many signals do we have along here? Very few. I am going to want to signalize this just in case. You never know, it might be useful in the future. Oh, that's a perfect. This is perfect. Power. Oh, that's annoying. In the next episode, we will probably also focus on some targeted cycling connections. We'll probably start building the cycle highway. So let's continue zoning. In fact, this little area here, this little corner, I can imagine. I think I could definitely imagine them buying up this land and placing a little bit of a cafe here. After all, it's right next to a tram stop, so lots of people walking past. Lots of people are gonna see the business, the brand. They might be on their way to work, might want to grab a coffee or something, I don't know. Something people who go to work do. A few tables here and there. Although I doubt anyone's going to want to eat outside in this weather. I mean, what? Minus 13 degrees Celsius. A few tables, a bin, so people can be responsible. There we go. Yeah, that's roughly it. That's a nice little... That should hopefully bridge power. Yeah, bridge power perfectly right. That's great to know. So let's continue with our zoning. Residential... That's a nice little place to sneak in a pathway. Let's place. I'll probably do this later in the detailing time lapse, but we could place some flower beds along here from Park Life. That's nicely coming in. We'll do this in the detailing time lapse as well. You see, there's a 2-unit space. I don't really want to fill that in with housing, just because it kind of feels like we're cramming people in. So, in fact, what I might try is, what does a 3x4 pattern look like? Okay, so we can almost fit everybody in. We'll go for that. Why not? Let's get some 3x4s building in. Here, I'm not too fussed about sort of what asset comes in. It comes in, it comes in. Oh, that came in almost instantly. There we go. Okay, so... Actually, we'll make a little bit of a green belt here. I feel like we're lacking the green space. We're just developing everything and forgetting about it. So that's probably what we're going to keep it as. Yeah, so it's complaining about not enough workers. We do have a lot of residential demand, which is probably one of the reasons why it's complaining about that. We will we will build a lot more houses today, so that will effectively disappear by the end of the video. Oh no, this is exactly what I didn't want. And it's gonna mean I'm gonna have to sever the line. Oh, really didn't want to do that. Oh, I know what I can do. Hang on. If I just do this, it should work, right? Yeah, that's fine. There we go. That should fix itself. Look at that. There we go. Shit, come on. Can you fix yourself, please? There we go. Okay, so sometimes it takes just a little bit of finagling around to fix it. My only concern is that it sort of loops back round. No, it doesn't. Okay, right, that's fine. So, I really don't want these sort of tiny sort of 1x1 houses. Oh, that's why. Okay. So hopefully we should now get a 3x3 spawn in. First, I'm actually going to probably replace that tram road. Right, that's coming in nicely. So along here, let's go for some low density commercial. Let's go for enough 2 4x4s along here, or depending on what it gives us, I don't really mind. you know what? I'm gonna be interesting here. What happens if we mix in like maybe a repeated sort of asset pattern? Just out of curiosity. So I think these two are going to be the same assets. Ah, right. So it's that again, which is the problem. So I guess we're just going to have to pull this through, connect it in. There we go. Right, there we go. That should give us the right one. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and now wait for those two. So, you know, mix in some high density residential into your lower density residential areas. Might create some you know, interesting, unique patterns. Also, just adds a little more population. It's an easy way if you are trying to, you know, grind out some of those milestones. So let's fill that in, and yeah, that, because this is going to be a part of our green belt. I don't want you. How's the rest of this area doing? Alright, not bad. I'll probably just finish zoning this up and then we'll see what happens. Okay, and there we go. So that finally spawned in. You might have also noticed that I zoned in a little bit here. This is going to be like our little sprig of height. There's a very nice 4x4 asset which actually comes in. I live in London, and across London there's a lot of these council estates, which some of the buildings are quite tall, and those buildings are mostly sort of those small layers of height in the area. So, not small layers of height, but sort of they're the sort of downtowns of the area, or how do I phrase this correctly? They add a skyline to an area. Now, for a fact, this is not what I'm looking for. At least I'm pretty sure it's a 3x4. It could be. At least I'm pretty sure it's a 4x4. It could be a 3x4. I'm not sure. But we just wait for that to keep zoning in. But I'm actually liking how this turned out. If we you know, look at it from down here, ignore the downtown shard, or not shard, but the downtown tower over there. This is actually looking quite nice. You know, you've got the entrance here, walk out, snowy street, you can walk around. So yeah, no, these are not the assets. I know it's a level 1 asset because in my other cities I've had them spawn in like immediately, so I'm not sure what their problem is right now, but I'm sure they'll come in. In the meantime, let's continue. that's really most of the zoning that needs to be done here. Probably gonna wait for it to spawn back in. I sort of saw this area, and it looks a bit like a triangle. Looks a bit like where Ephra Road, I think, meets. Can't remember what road it is, but it looks very similar to that. And there's sort of like a town hall, and then a bit of a green belt. Which is probably what I'm going to do here. I can imagine the residents would probably lobby for something like that quite actively. So we'll add that during our detailing time lapse. But for now, really, that's about all the zoning we need. Actually, one more thing. Probably some more commercial along here. But yeah, this area is shaping up quite nicely. Oh, this is actually quite... Okay, this is actually quite a nice pattern. You know what, I'm going to keep it. This just randomly spawned in. Actually looks quite nice. These are Art Deco buildings. I'm not normally a huge fan of Art Deco architecture, but I am a fan of the Chrysler building in New York. It's a really nice sort of design. Actually looks very similar to the Pinoa Street asset, although I'm pretty sure that's based on the Empire State Building, which is also actually of Art Deco design. But anyways, this actually looks quite nice, sort of this angles, or these angles that it's placed at. So yeah, let's run a path through here. What side will the lights be on? That side. Okay, right. That's actually, I want it on the other side. Because for some reason now, some of these roads only have lights on one side. Maybe I've never noticed, but that's something I've noticed quite a lot of in the past couple of weeks I've been playing. So yeah, we'll add those pathways through so people can walk through them now. And I think now is probably the good time to jump into our detailing time lapse for this area. Okay, and that's roughly all the detail I'm probably going to do in this area. Actually, the only other area is probably here. But what could we bring in? Hang on. Oh, that's the normal fire engine. I was just wondering because I have the Vehicles of the World DLC, so I was wondering what type of fire engine they'd put there. What could we actually build here? I don't want to build any office. You know what? Let's add some more amenities. Let's get a dog park in here. Okay, autosave as per usual. Oh, no, 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 no. You're not telling me a dog park doesn't fit in here, are you? Oh, no, you aren't. Oh, you cheeky. Oh, well. What so what does fit in here? No way am I placing a basketball court. What's this? A snowman park. Oh, that's quite cute. Look at that. And then place a few conifers. Sure. Right, okay. So, yeah, that looks quite nice. And then obviously just run a pathway through this side, but I think we're going to go for a gravel one here. Don't think there's anything that really... Yeah, that's fine. So this area is very well served by public transport. It's got trams. It's got a train station which takes you directly to downtown. So if you work here, very easy to get there. The one thing it doesn't have is an underground metro station, which I do want to introduce. But I'm not sure where that's going to sit. I mean, in all honesty, if they live on this side, it's not. They can literally take the tram, or not. They don't even have to take the tram. They can walk. It's not that far to this metro station right here, which will also eventually take them into downtown. I'm pretty sure it's connected, anyways. Yeah, you've got the this line, which takes them from Cedar Vale to whatever we're going to name this area. So let's draw out a district to give this a name. It's probably going to give me a really bad name. High Park. No way are we calling it that. It's going to give me a really bad name like it's done there. So please do leave a name down in the comments below. And if you're down there, also please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It really helps out me. Let's focus on the other side now. So I think it's safe to say they'll probably be... I'm trying to think in advance here. I think it's safe to say that the road will probably look something like this in the future. That is a very long curve, so probably not. I think it's safe to say we'll probably have a road going up in this direction for now. Just because, for simplicity's sake. Bring that up there. There will be a tram line, but like I said, I want the tram line to turn away from this road. So there's going to be sort of like another triangle here. That's going to be the intersection. And that'll flow into sort of the coastal road along here, which is going to eventually terminate right here. Or, well, not terminate, but it's good. This is going to be part of the coastal road. Then it's going to take another right turn, flow along, and end here. Because this is where the sort of nightlife district starts, which is probably coming up in the next couple of episodes. So, yeah. Let's extend this, see what happens, see what angles it gives us. I do want to come in at a 90, so that's probably what I'm going to do here. Try to come in at a 90. That's not the road I'm looking for. Here we are. So, I mean, unless it comes at a... Okay, not a perfect 90, but that'll do. That'll do. It's fine. If we keep... so now that we have that frame, we could extend the grid through to this side, and a part of me wants to do that, but another part of me wants to, you know, change the grid, make it look a little different, not make it as boring. So... Okay, I made the rookie mistake there. So how about... Yeah, how about we change it up? We could go sort of full American sort of loose town planning, you know, weird cul-de-sacs, swerves and curves. You know what, let's do that. I don't really mind. Bring this through here. Pull it in and then enable road guidelines. Yeah, that'll do. And then, you know, of course, in some areas, come off straight here, and then maybe come off straight here. So we are sticking to sort of the very American theory of, you know, if you're building a suburbia, it has to be, it has to differ from the grid. Which I disagree with. I think a gridded suburb can look quite nice. So there we go. Yeah, so let's, you know, keep coming off on those curves. That's not going to be a cul-de-sac. Just disable road guidelines again because it's now going to start giving me funky stuff. Yeah, this would be a nice place to move into. So if we perfect, and then of course if we keep, you know, building out from here using that sort of loosely defined planning. Cul-de-sac here, we can build a few cul-de-sacs off from here. Perfect. Have another road into there, and then of course another road into here. There we go. So a bit more of a randomized road layout here, but I don't really mind it. Once again, something I'm going to add is this is going to be an anti-detailing time-lapse though. Actually no, let's do that now. I'm going to want to add disable road guidelines. Pathway here. Just, you know, block the metro station off. Now people can go in there without, you know, any problems. So let's start. I guess let's start zoning this in. Right, so there we go. Okay, and we're actually getting industrial demand. Now, that's not very normal considering I have a lot of milestones on. Okay, crime is on the rise again. Oh, no it isn't. Oh, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, we have industrial demand. I'm going to want to use that to build up this area. Actually, using that industrial demand, there's a very nice asset which can spawn in. Actually, using that 4x4, we can maybe build like a little bit of an office park. You know what, let's repurpose that area here. So actually, no, that wouldn't be a very wise decision. Just realized. Oh well. There we go. where could we build that though? Oh, here. That's actually really convenient. So the design is basically you build sort of a 4x4 office, and then you just wait for that to spawn in, and very soon it'll come in. It's I'll see if it spawns in first thing, and I'll show you. This might actually be the one. I know that this isn't the one. Yeah, this is the one. So it doesn't really matter what color they are. I mean, I'm not too triggered by it. But this is the asset. Sort of, if you place them on the corner, they have a very nice look. Not just in a corner, but if you place them sort of a repeated pattern, they have a very, very nice look. So you know what? Let's how much space do we have? Let's build a few offices. He's giving me this. This is also another very nice office asset. Or it was a very nice office asset until I destroyed it. But that's not the exact asset I'm looking for. This also quite a nice little quaint office asset. So this is what I meant by the repeated asset pattern. It's 4 offices, 4x4s put together. That's what they look like when it's complete. They are corner assets, so you do have to place them on the edge of a road like this. I converted this into a one-way system for simplicity. Hopefully traffic doesn't get too bad. Really, it shouldn't. Now let's finish this up. If we just place a few some commercial along here, that'll basically be all that's left to do. So there we go. This, and then along here, that's roughly all that's left in this area really. I'll detail this up. And on that note, we'll be finishing this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like the video, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one.